Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we are moving a bit beyond the usual conversation around electric vehicle.
Right, the typical range anxiety stuff, charging maps.
Exactly. We're going to focus on a really massive shift that's happening right now, specifically in India. We're talking about a major manufacturer combining long-distance usability, world-class safety, and frankly, just massive space in its new EV lineup.
And this isn't just about selling electric cars, it's about defining a new standard.
A new global standard for the family vehicle, really.
It is. This deep dive, it's not just about specs, it's about understanding how Indian engineering is, well, aggressively tackling the three biggest hurdles for EV adoption.
Which are?
Long-haul practicality, fundamental safety, and genuine family utility. Our mission is to see how this innovation is setting new high water marks for the entire automotive sector.
And to guide us, we've brought a pretty strong stack of sources today. We've got a thrilling, real-world 700-plus kilometer road trip report from a very seasoned EV driver. Then we have major press releases detailing groundbreaking, record-setting safety standards.
From the Farad NCAP, which is huge.
And finally, the full launch details of a revolutionary new 7-seater electric SUV.
What's fascinating here, and you see this across the sources, is that when India really focuses its talent on ground-up innovation, the product isn't just, good enough for the local market.
Right.
It's genuinely world-class, and we'll break down the how and the why.
Okay, let's unpack this. So let's jump straight into that practicality test, because this is where EVs usually face most skepticism.
Especially for high-speed, long-distance highway travel.
Right. Our source here is a detailed road trip report from a forum member, a BHP and they're called, who took a Mahindra XEV 90 on a colossal 715-kilometer day trip, Tirupur to Bangalore and back.
And this wasn't some leisurely cruise to conserve the battery. This driver is a veteran.
A serious veteran. Over 2,040,000 kilometers in other EVs like the MG ZS, the Nexon.
They know what they're doing. But here, they were explicitly pushing the XEV9 aggressively to test its limits.
Pushing it is right. The driver reported a maximum speed of 155 kilometers per hour.
Wow.
And they were mostly cruising at 120 plus on the highways. That's an intense pace for a 715-kilometer EV journey.
So that kind of aggressive driving, it must just kill the range, right?
Well, the total energy consumption was 163% of the usable battery, so yes. But here's the kicker. The driver reported no range anxiety at all.
And that's the key takeaway for you, the listener.
How is that even possible at those speeds?
Well, it suggests two things. First, the vehicle's inherent stability and performance are obviously excellent at high speed. And second, and this is crucial, the charging infrastructure and the car's capability are mature enough to support this demanding style.
Okay, let's talk about that charging capability. They integrated the stops perfectly with their day.
Precisely. This is the paradigm shift the sources want us to see. It's about changing the mindset from waiting for the charge to timing the charge with your life.
So the first stop.
The first stop was at a place called Zion Almalor, scheduled for breakfast. The car charged from 63% to 99% in just 44 minutes.
That's quick.
It is. They even noted the initial speed of 99.32 kilowatts up to 80% state of charge was, and I'm quoting here, very, very quick.
That detail about the charging curve is important. It means the car isn't just capable of a high peak charge.
It maintains that speed.
Exactly. It holds it for a big part of the session, which is what really cuts down your time.
Right. And the source's final verdict on the trip was simple but powerful. No additional time taken for charging, planned along with food breaks.
They had breakfast, the car was ready.
They stopped for ice cream, the car got a top-up. The fact that the infrastructure and the car's thermal management allowed that, even after aggressive driving, proves the barrier of long-haul travel, it's being systematically dismantled in India.
So what does this all mean?
It means the vehicle performance and the infrastructure are ready. They're ready for the kind of long-distance family travel this whole SUV category demands. The fundamental objections are just dissolving. And moving from that confidence of long-distance utility, we have to talk about what's holding it all together. Let's talk safety.
This might be the most impressive story in these sources.
I think so. Mahindra has set a new high-water mark for quality and protection in the Indian auto sector.
Yeah, they didn't just meet the standards, they completely redefined them. Two of their new electric SUVs, the BE6 and that same XEV 90 from the road trip.
Both of them.
Both secured the highest ever 5-star rating on the Farad New Car Assessment Program, the Farad NCAP.
And the raw numbers are they're stunning. The XEV 90 chalked up a perfect score, 32 out of 32 for adult occupant
A
protection.
perfect score. That's incredible.
The BE6 was a near-perfect 31.97 out of 32. I mean, to score a perfect 3232 means that in these really tough crash scenarios, the passenger compartment maintained its integrity perfectly.
Maximum survival space, minimal intrusion. That's a huge reassurance for families.
And they didn't forget the kids. Both scored an impressive 45 out of 49 in child occupant protection. This level of safety is obviously a deliberate engineering choice, built from the ground up.
On their proprietary platform.
Right. This success really comes from two core technologies working together. First, the foundation is the INGLO platform. It's a purpose-built electric chassis, not some converted fossil fuel architecture.
And that's key. The INGLO platform is designed with safety first. They integrate the battery right into the underbody, but it's not just bolted on.
It becomes part of the structure.
It forms a high-strength protective cage around the cells using ultra-high-strength boron steel. And placing that heavy battery pack so low, it completely changes the vehicle's dynamics for the better.
A lower center of gravity. Better stability, safer in an emergency. But that structural strength is only half the story. The brain powering the active safety systems is called MAIA.
MAIA. The sources call it India's fastest automotive mind.
And it handles the processing for the ADS, the Advanced Driver Assistance Systems. We're not talking basic cruise control here.
No, this is an advanced level 2 plus ADS suite. For you keeping track, that means a highly integrated system. It's using 5 radars and a vision camera all working together.
And the feature list that MEA enables is, well, it's premium. We're talking about things like driver-initiated auto lane change.
Where you just signal and the car checks and makes the move for you.
Exactly. Lane centering, emergency steering assist, cross-traffic alerts. These are sophisticated features, and they're complemented by 7 standard airbags. It's a combination, the passive strength of INGLO and the active intelligence of MEA, that's driving these record scores.
It's a really compelling statement. And these EVs, they join a growing list of 5-star vehicles from the manufacturer. It shows consistency, which should give you, the listener, serious confidence. Now we get to the newest, and you could argue the most ambitious entry in this lineup, the Mahindra XEV 9S.
So after proving range and setting safety records, now they're going for maximum utility.
And they're calling it India's first authentic electric origin 7-seater SUV.
This is where we see them directly addressing the Indian family's need for space without compromise. The sources are really clear on this. They want to shatter the idea that EVs have to be small.
The quote is great. It says, "Comfort that isn't negotiated, space that isn't apologized for, electric that isn't small."
And the dimensions back it up. It's a massive vehicle inside, biggest cabin space in its class, 4,076 liters. You get 527 liters of boot space, even with the third row up.
And the detail I love, because it shows clever design, is the 150-liter frunk, the front trunk.
That's genuine extra luggage space made possible by that electric-first INGLO platform.
What's fascinating here is how they blend that utility with really high-end tech and luxury.
They do. They make the space not just large, but comfortable. For those of you familiar with battery chemistry, the sources confirmed they're using LFP lithium iron phosphate.
Which tells us they're prioritizing longevity, thermal stability, and lower cost. A smart trade-off for a family vehicle like this.
Absolutely. Then you get inside, and the cabin tech is where the wow factor lives.
To make that 715-kilometer road trip pleasant, they've got acoustic laminated glass for a whisper quiet ride. The dashboard is, well, it's dominated by a cinematic triple-screen setup.
3 screens, each over 31 centimeters.
All powered by a high-speed Qualcomm Snapdragon chipset. And for the audiophiles, a 16-speaker Harman Kardon system with Dolby Atmos.
That's not just for the passengers. The driver gets that level 2 plus ADS, but also specialized tech like an augmented reality heads-up display.
Vision X, they call it.
Right, and identity, a driver drowsiness detection system.
Yeah.
But the second row really gets the luxury treatment. Ventilated seats, a powered boss mode for third row access, a lounge desk. It's a business class experience back there.
And all of this comes back to performance and, importantly, accessibility. The XEV 9S promises a 500-kilometer real-world range from its 79-kilowatt-hour battery.
And it's quick. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 7.0 seconds.
But the price. This is where the Indian manufacturing model just disrupts everything. All that tech, the 7-seat utility, the record-breaking safety. It starts at 19.95 lakh.
Which the sources note is about $32,900 US.
That is an incredible entry price for a high-tech, large 7-seater. But we have to be critical. Is the Harman Kardon system and AR HUD included in that base price?
That's the key question, isn't it? And the sources imply it's for the most accessible version, but it signals their intent. It proves they can build this platform affordably.
Right.
So even if the fully loaded version costs more, the fact they're offering Level 2 plus ADS and that perfect NCIP safety structure at volume at this price, that's the disruption. What's fascinating here is they're making safety and tech accessible, not locking it away in top-tier trims. So if we connect this all back to the bigger picture, what we're seeing is a synthesis of three things that were, previously seen as conflicting.
Disrupt your safety.
32 out of 32 on the NCIPP, luxury level tech with MAI and L2 plus ADS. And genuine utility 7 seats, 500-kilometer range.
All designed, engineered, and built in India. They aren't just electrifying a car, they're reimagining the whole category.
And with a sharp focus on affordability and running costs, the sources highlight this.
The running costs are reported to be just 1.2 per kilometer, and maintenance, only 40 pays per kilometer.
And those cost figures are transformative.
Yeah.
They demonstrate an incredibly low total cost of ownership, which is the final piece of the puzzle for mass adoption. This whole story is a testament to the ambition of Indian engineering.
It proves that when the country focuses on ground-up design for its own needs, the results don't just work locally.
They surpass established global standards. This really does feel like the start of that big new electric era they're aiming for.
It's just impressive to see sophisticated tech like MAIA and the INGLO platform paired with these near-perfect crash test scores becoming standard on affordable family vehicles.
Which brings us to an important final thought for you to consider. Given this blend of high safety standards, sophisticated proprietary tech, and very aggressive pricing, what will be the global ripple effect on established international automakers when advanced, affordable models like the XEV 9S begin to scale and move beyond domestic borders?
That is a big question.
It suggests the next decade of automotive disruption might not come from the traditional EV powerhouses, but from places that have engineered solutions for real-world utility and accessibility.
A truly thought-provoking final question for you to mull over. We have certainly covered a vast amount of ground today, from a 715-kilometer road trip to perfect crash test scores and next-gen luxury features.
It's been a fast but deeply informative ride through the sources. It confirms this new generation of Indian EVs is serious business.
It has. Thank you for diving deep with us today. We hope this gave you a powerful shortcut to being well-informed on this rapidly evolving sector. And if you know someone who loves getting knowledge quickly and thoroughly, please suggest the channel to them.
Until the next deep dive, keep learning.